Hello, and welcome back to part two of Worldview Connections Philosophy of Religion. This is on the origins of religion. We starting off where we left off on the last video, examining evidence from archaeological sites. So, the Middle Paleolithic, there were human burials in Europe and Middle East. Speculations about bear worship based on the engravings and things they see. So this is going clear back between 300,000 and 50,000 before the current era. So there's tens of thousands of years ago here, seeing traces of things that seem like they're religiously based. Again, there's not a lot of records left behind. But then you go into like around 100,000 BCE, for example, and they see human burials in the Middle East. Now, question here, are human burials evidence that early humans believed in an afterlife? Or was it just something keeping order or clean areas? Or, I mean, what was it? I read a lot of records and there's contradictions and conflicts within some of the theories. Um, but you look at Gobekli Tepe near Turkey, this dates around 8000 BCE, and there's evidence of a sacred space, a sacred ritual, something happening there. And so we start off with this term. Okay, let's look at the origins of maybe where these religious ideas come from. What's called HAD, hyperactive or hypersensitive agency detection device. We all have it, perceiving agency in non living things if and when they are acting as if they are agents. Like, think of it as survival instincts. This lady's walking in the bushes, she hears a sound, she imagines something living, something, an animal, a tiger, a snake. So it really comes in as an advantage for those who have that hyper awareness, um, ensuring that your genes, your DNA will survive, that you will live to have offspring. um, I learned about this researching into this prehistoric primal beliefs, what is called animism. So, thinking that everything has a soul, a spirit. But first, let's step back a little bit, looking at this general timeline and the categories of religious history. We're looking at the prehistoric primal beliefs. This is before we get into the ancient classical beliefs, around 3000 BCE, before Hinduism and Buddhism and Judaism, Christianity, Islam, of course. And so, learning about this, I caught some good insights in The Righteous Mind by Dr. Jonathan Haidt, subtitled "Why Good People Are Divided by Politics and Religion." I really invite you to read this. Recommend this book to a lot of people. Social psychologist Jonathan Haidt challenges conventional thinking about morality, politics, and religion in a way that speaks to conservatives and liberals alike. Drawing on his 25 years of groundbreaking research on moral psychology, he shows how moral judgments arise not from reason, but from gut feelings, what some call intuition. He also shows why liberals, conservatives, and libertarians have such different intuitions about right and wrong, and he shows why each side is actually right about many of its central concerns. So, you look in this book, he talks about how humans cooperate together, how we also have these divisions and conflicts. And a lot of people are driven by anger these days, and I encourage you to read The Righteous Mind. It kind of helped me to understand each side's um, of the debate on each religious, political, moral issue that you can look at these days. And I think he has some great insights. But it leads us to this. He mentions this in the book. Is HADD had? Is this where religious ideas come from? Um, so you get into this. Let's go back some of the relics of the past. The historical hypothesis is the origins in human belief that every stone, plant, and animal has a spirit, the immortal soul, and that's anthropomorphizing non human objects. You see this, the lion man. So, prehistoric ivory sculpture in ancient German cave, they found it in 1939, estimating around 40,000 years old. So, we're going to just look at this. We'll finish off this video on this today, realizing there may be some religious significance in this. Um, was it a talisman? Was it something within their religions? So let's get more into this. Stay with us on to the next video on the origins of religion.